Good afternoon. I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. There's been a headline in the paper today, and the headline shows that according to the counter-extremism program that the government uses, which is a NGO, non-government organisation, Prevent, if you have critical views of mass migration, it's a terrorist ideology, says Prevent, so take that for what you will. If you're a right-wing commentator, podcaster, YouTuber or pundit or media personality, the government, or at least their lackeys with this government department, which is arm's length, they will consider you a extremist. What does this actually mean? Does it mean that they're going to log it as criminal? Well, no, they can't. The law wouldn't be there to log it as criminal as the law currently stands. What they could do is they could do a non-crime hate incident, which does show up on enhanced vetting checks for jobs. So if you're a right-wing commentator, you may have a blotch against your record that would be invisible unless you are looking for it, i.e. your employers. There's been a bit of information that's gone around online today saying that this is a government document, a prevent duty training document. I think this is fake. I don't think this is real. I'm showing it here for full disclosure because this is what I've been exposed to today. I don't think this is real. However, that's not letting the government off the hook entirely, because Prevent will have their own documents that say things similar to that. The facts of the matter remain unchanged. You can be critical of mass migration. You can be critical of our open border policy that nobody democratically voted for in the United Kingdom. Of course you can. That's not a problem. You need to be aware that it could harm your employment prospects based on what I'm reading currently. There's other things and other bits and pieces I want to bring up now. In the UK, 42% think that migration or mass migration has been mostly bad for the country. And if you look at other countries across the continent, the opinion is pretty much shared. Majorities think that mass migration has been bad. So according to Prevent and according to the government's own researchers, most of the continent is extreme. I don't buy that. I think the extremists are the ones that are doing the mass migration, the ones that are bringing mass migration to us that we didn't vote for. I think the centrist position, the positive position, is to build up your own populations, build up your own country, and do not import the entire world to plug the gaps. That's my honest opinion on that matter. There's headlines and there's things that I want to go over, like these headlines, like this particular headline here. White British people are now a minority in 1 in 4 schools. Is that extreme? Or is that just reporting the facts? I would say it's the latter. It's reporting the facts. If I put that on this screen, that doesn't mean I'm extreme. That means I'm stating the objective opinion. This is what you need to be careful of, and this is what you need to prevent against. Alright? This one here from Lewis Brackpool breaks down the way that the managerial state deals with things. Everything's at arm's length, which means Lewis Brackpool, a good guy on the right side of things, can inquire to the Home Office about misleading the public about Serco's asylum contracts. In response to his Freedom of Information request, the department claimed it holds no records on 5-year rent deals or risk assessments. But the very contract it signed, asylum accommodation contract, requires Serco need to keep detailed and auditable records. It also gives the Home Office the right to access them, councils to defer to the Home Office, and the Home Office denies holding anything, and Serco isn't subject to the Freedom of Information request. That's the way it works, and that is the managerial state working as intended. So the government can outsource responsibility to these NGOs, like Prevent. They can wash their hands of it, and they can say this has nothing to do with us, they manage that. It's all about deferring and deflecting responsibility. I mean, if you have a problem with mass migration, if you have a problem with mass migration, you may want to speak to the Prime Minister. He put this out recently, I'm sure we all remember. Prime Minister seems to be guilty of the very thing that Prevent thinks is extreme. So we'll look at this now.
Failure on this scale isn't just bad luck. It isn't a global trend or taking your eye off the ball. No, this is a different order of failure. This happened by design, not accident. Policies were reformed deliberately to liberalise immigration. Brexit was used for that purpose, to turn Britain into a one-nation experiment in open borders.
That's enough from two to here. But you get the point. The system, or the way that Prevent works, is it's meant to keep me, you, and other people that are just the general public in line, in check. It's there to not to actually manage extremists or extremism, because if you're a person of colour, you don't even get any action. I mean, just look at the Welsh choir boy that committed that atrocity in Southport last year. He was referred to with Prevent, I think, 3 times, and they did nothing about it. And look at the horrors that happened because of that. 90% of the MI5 watch list is of the religion of peace. Put that in perspective, that means 1 in 100 Muslims, 1 in 100, is on the MI5 watch list. Bear that in mind. I think that we have legitimate concerns about mass migration, the demographic change in this United Kingdom, and the all-around quality of character. The quality of character that we are letting into the country leaves a lot to be desired. Not all humans are made equal, not all cultures are the same, and all cultures are of different value. Now, if you like this video, let me know, comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you are giving the government any credit. I appreciate your time, but yeah, we need to get Labour out sooner rather than later. Have a good day.